everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So in today's installation video, it's time to make my wife's BMW X5 a little bit louder. So laid out, I have the Valvetronic Sport Exhaust for this B58. I'll have a link down in the description below where you can purchase this. It's available for pretty much every BMW as well as other manufacturers too. So if you don't see what you're looking for, send us a message and we can get you set up with this Valvetronic system. Now with our X5, this has the M Sport packages. So it does have the upgraded M Sport exhaust. I will have sound clips of that system versus this system at the end of the video. It sounds all right, but it's definitely nothing compared to a upgraded exhaust. And then underneath, in order to pull the stock exhaust off, I do have to start with these two cross members here, where I am using a 3/4 socket here, and they're going to be on there pretty good. So I got the breaker bar to help loosen these. There we go. And then to access the two in the front, they're actually located right here. So underneath this skid plate, where I'm going to start with a 10mm, and I'm only loosening a few of these on the outer edge. So just underneath this part here, where a few of these are just these caps here, or like plastic nuts, and then there's actually some bolts in the back. And with the two removed around this rear puck, so this is the jack point in the back, there's two more there, I can loosen or pull down the skid plate slightly where we have two bolts. So it's the same size socket. And then the last one, hopefully you can see it, it's that bolt right above my finger. So if I pull this down, it's right there. This is a 16mm. I'm on the passenger side right now for reference. And with all of those loose, once you get that little notch from that middle bolt out, you can slide out this entire crossbar. So next up, we need to gain access to the rear hangers in the back of the exhaust, and I want a little bit more space. So this entire rear trim piece is actually going to come off. I'm using a 10mm, and there's 5 bolts underneath, so it just goes along this trim piece, stopping right here where it is a separate piece from the middle. So you can disconnect this one. And with that entire trim piece removed, it's going to be a little bit hard to show on camera, but up under here, this is the hanger that's holding the exhaust on both sides. So right here. Rather than trying to split it here, I'm actually just going to reach up and remove the bolt right up here that's holding the hanger in place. So I'm just going to drop it, and then we can worry about swapping the hanger later. On the passenger side, since I have the M Sport exhaust, this is the factory valve for the exhaust. So I'm disconnecting this, and then same thing goes for this side. There's the bolt holding the hanger up top. So I did forget there are 2 more hangers right in the middle. So just in front of the rear CV axles, we have 2 more. So just like the ones in the rear, I am just taking off the entire connection rather than messing with the hanger. And so that's another reason why we want to keep these rear bolts on, because we don't want this entire muffler to drop. But we had to disconnect the front first because of the exhaust tips on this, or what should be the exhaust tips, need clearance. So once I have this bolt loose, now the exhaust is in my hands without breaking it. There we go. That's one side out. So that's pretty much the hard part, getting the factory exhaust out. And as you can tell, being one piece, this is going to be fun to store while it's not on the car. But I have the new Valvetronic exhaust laid out in a similar pattern, so everything is going to be nearly the same, minus we don't have that additional muffler up top. It just splits into the 2 pieces there. We have all of the clamps, all of the wiring too, along with the remotes. And these are very, very good quality. I'm very impressed with not only the packaging of this kit, but the quality of all of these materials. We even have a license plate frame, and then they even sent out a bracelet too. So it has the Valvetronic logo on it too. But before we start putting the exhaust back on, let's get an exhaust clip of just the downpipe with nothing else. So I think that should be a good spot. Here we go. So as I move on to the installation for this Valvetronic kit, this kit actually comes with 2 adapters. I am using this adapter here because I have the stock downpipe, but the kit does come with a separate adapter. If you have an aftermarket downpipe, you can use that adapter. And I'm using a 16mm to tighten the clamps. I can just simply put it in place, push it all the way in, make sure it is set right, and then we have hanger number 2. And onto the next piece now. These are all numbered as well, but it helps to lay them out just to see the shape of the vehicle and which piece goes on which side. But I probably could have installed these at the same time as this piece because we're not to the hanger just yet. With the sections for the hangers now, this was super easy to remove from the factory one. So it's all one piece, which is nice. So before I put it on this one, I want to make sure that we are using the right one and we're in the right spot. So now with the hanger on, I can line up this piece and then bolt the entire hanger up to the top. And with both of these loosely hanging, now I can start to connect them. So that's why they are very loose. So that way I can align these with their front parts here. Moving on to the rear muffler section now. I have the jack stands there just to help me because since I'm doing this solo, it's going to be a little bit tricky here to line everything up. With the muffler section installed, it's time to move on to the exhaust tips. We have the rest of the piping that we need to install. So there's this curved section here. Make sure you have that clamp on first before you get this on. And this is going to be our exhaust tip. You'll notice there's this beveled side. So I actually need to separate this clamp and then attach it to that pipe there. So just by going in and around, then I can separate that clamp and attach that. Now I do have to make some adjustments, but that will be the tip. So it's going to be nice and flush. We'll have that factory look. So it's been a few days and I've been figuring out how to install the exhaust tip. So I just want to show that if you want to install these and have that option, this is what they are going to look like with all of the piping. So you're just going to add them to the end of that exhaust piece that I showed is the new tip. If you don't have these tips, these just attach to that. So if we go up underneath now, it's going to be a little bit hard to show. So we're on the passenger side. You'll notice right here, this area here is a bolt. So there's only 3 bolts that hold this bezel in. There's one right here where my fingertip is. And then up here behind the hanger, there's one right here, so you can see the end of that. And then there's one hidden way up top. You may not be able to see it, but my fingertip is right there. And then from here, there's 2 black tabs on the top. And what you need to do is use a flathead to push the tab up to loosen. So you can see I have that side loose. This side is a little bit trickier and I don't have a smaller flathead, but if you just push it up, I have both of those completely loose. So now it's just a matter of wiggling it since I'm not removing that trim piece, and you can pop these right out. So you can just pull it out just like that. Now let's move on to the wiring. So I've done a lot of this off camera just to get my bearings with it and make it look as clean as possible. So if we come back underneath, over on this left side, there's one of the valves for the driver's side. Now it's going to be a little bit hard to show, but I'll do my best here. You'll notice that is the cable for it. I've put it behind this entire section here, and it leads its way all the way to the passenger side, where this is going to be covered up with this heat shield that I've removed. So I will zip tie this to this section here, and then the other one is going to go above the heat shield, so that way it will stay away from the exhaust. And then I have the other connection on this passenger side. And real quick, I did forget to mention that the factory valve, if you remember, was on this passenger side. I actually took that off the stock exhaust, plugged it back in, and it is back behind this trim piece in here. So I did plug that back in, so there's no codes or anything. That is still active. It's just not going to control the valves anymore. So that is plugged in. There's no block off or any plate. So that was easy to store up in there as well. From there, I've snaked it behind this piece here, and you'll notice they go all the way up. And then that is the hole that I am using to put all the wires through to this cubby on the passenger side. Now I did remove the plastic cap, and that is electrical tape that is covering the entire hole wrapping around. I don't want to cut this. The wires are too thick to put this back in, so I'm going to save this in case I need to take that out for whatever reason, but at least it's taped up just to give it a small barrier. Now within this cubby here, you'll notice the Valvetronic box down below, where on the bottom side of it, I have the connections for the valves. On the top, there's an antenna, and then power is running from the top. Now with the kit, it comes with this 12-volt connection, so I have been using this with the 12-volt. Luckily, I have one in the back here. However, now we can go a step further now that I know everything works, and we can use this fuse adapter. So I will be cutting the end of the 12 volt off, and with both of them ready to go, as you can tell, I've given myself a lot more space to work in this cubby. There's actually this trim piece that is removable, so now I have full access to this area here. So what we're going to do, since we now have a ground wire, we also have the red, which is your power too. So we have the fuse adapter here where I can basically push this in as far as I can. I want it to get full contact with the metal there. So once I have that pushed in as far as it can go, now I will use my pliers to crimp it down. You'll notice it's already done on the opposite side. And then I also went ahead and just taped it up just to make sure everything does stay. Now for the ground wire, there's actually this bolt hole right here. And I just found a random bolt that I have. And what I'm going to do is actually put the ground through the bolt hole. And then from there, once I have it in, I'm going to secure it by installing the bolt. Now this bolt doesn't go all the way in, but it's going to go in enough to hold the ground and make sure that it's just secure with the metal and the ground there. So once I have the bolt in as far as it will go, we have our ground secure, and now we have our fuse. So for fuse, this is number 258, which is number 10. So from the bottom, it's 2 up on the right side. And then once we have our power, that is it. So I'm just going to have everything hanging out right there. I can button it up, and then we are ready to hear this Valvetronic exhaust for the B58. No?
No, that was fun.
Did you notice any difference other than just accelerating?
I don't know. You might have to do it again. What? It's so loud.
It is loud.
Why is it louder?
I can make it quieter with this remote here.
What'd you do?
Watch this.
Oh my gosh. That's so loud.
New exhaust.
When did you do that?
The other day. In the garage.
Oh my gosh. Wait, so there's a remote?
Yeah, so it's a wireless remote.
It looks like a spaceship.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Top button is for you, bottom button is for me.
Top? I don't even see a button.
That's a button and that's a button.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what are we? We're on the bottom button right now?
We're on the top button right
on the
now.
top. Okay.
Yeah.
Can I push the bottom button?
Yeah.
it's so loud.
So what do you think?
That's kind of cool. I like the remote. I like that there's a his and hers.
Yeah.
But I also kind of like how loud it gets.
It sounds pretty good from the outside.
Oh, I
It sounds good
believe
from the
it.
inside too.
Well, I also kind of like going fast.
Yeah. Well, there's
That
the
is
new
fun.
there's the new mod for your X5,
Honey.
the Valvetronic Sport Exhaust.
Well, that's cool.
I haven't really driven this much since we did the full install, but for the driving that I have done with it, it's nice that in the quiet mode or valves closed, it's really not much different than the M Sport exhaust. So if you just want to cruise out on the highway, whatever it may be, you have that mode, and then as you heard in the sound clips, you can make it a little bit louder with valves open. So for me, with a luxury car like this, I think it's the best of both worlds to have both of those depending on your driving. If we're going for a long cruise or something, we can just have it closed and then open for some sporty fun drives.
Yeah, I like
which will
that.
be good. So I hope you all enjoyed today's installation and review of this Valvetronic exhaust. Again, there'll be a link down in the description where you can get this for your X5, for plenty of other BMW models and some other brands. Just send us a message. And if you enjoyed today's video, give it a huge thumbs up. Consider smashing that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with our daily uploads. Why don't we do one last rev here with the window down so we can hear it. Here we go. And we'll see you all in the next video.
Bye.